Oh my God! Hi everyone! Nagbabalik na naman kami. Ah!
Sure na to, promise.
Hindi na ito maglalag. Nag-overheat ata yung router namin last time. Kaya nawalan ng wifi. So, oh my God, may 14 viewers tayo right now. Naiyak ako.
Dami talagang fans ni Juan.
Hi ka nga sa mga fans mo, Juan.
Mag-hi ka, Juan.
Okay, so, syempre, dito ang ating loyal viewer na si Gian. So, yeah, promise namin hindi na kami magla-live. So, kamusta ang lahat sa chat box? Mag-comment na kayo. Hi, Cape Baldy. It's been a while. Grabe, it's been a while yan. Parang Saturday lang. Yeah, it's been a year. So, may idea ba kayo kung... Ay, gusto nyo magchikahan muna tayo kung ano yung araw natin right now. It's been a while. So, kamusta ang lahat?
Okay naman, kasi parang medyo maulan. Ay, uulan. Uulan pa lang. So, wag naman sana.
Kasi mawalan tayo lahat ng mic. Uy, may nagsabi, sabi ni Papi Ian, hi, Juan.
Sikat na talaga ako.
Ay, ako. Ay. Juan, are you the one? So, from me, good morning po. Good morning. Actually, sa amin, afternoon na. So, ayun. So, kamusta mga araw niyo? Casey, Juan? Juan, kamusta araw mo? Siguro, ang ganda ng gising mo kasi ako yung bungad. Ah?
Una, medyo sakit.
Ha?
Maganda naman ata.
Ata, di pa siya sure.
Joke. How about kay Casey?
Ay, yes, okay naman.
So, nag-lag ata ako.
Hala, medyo kinakabahan ako kay Ring.
Nag-lag ba ako doon? So, ako rin kinakabahan sa wifi ko. Parang nakakakaba to. Okay, so basahin na natin ang comment section. Ewan ko bakit ako naglalag. Ang ayos ng wifi namin kanina. Okay, so sabi ni Gian, One is my bias in S5 Studio. Wala po yan ang bag. Bakit niya bias yan?
Anong palang ginambaga?
Um, ano ba ba? Okay, from Cape Bald. Hello, nag-ML kami. Okay. Gagawin namin. Charot. So, from Gian. So, Cape Baldi, alam na ba natin kung anong gagawin natin sa stream natin? So, bakit ginagawa yung chat box? Ay, ginagawa yung messenger ang stream? So, sabi ni Cape Baldi, hindi syempre basta may... So, my God, excited ako, guys. Panoorin niyo yung stream nila, Gian. So, ano ulit yung, nyo? Yung topic niyo? I mean, yung channel name pala, sorry. Okay lang kami dito, ano ka ba? Ay, di Mabella pala yung name nila. So, panoorin nyo kasi exciting ang gagawin nila sa stream nila. Grabe ako mang-promote ng iba dito. Okay, so hi, 16 viewers. Oh my God. So, gusto niyo mag-start na tayo sa topic natin. So, ano ba ang topic natin? Okay, so, sa tingin niyo guys, sa comment section, ano topic natin? Exciting to. Exciting! Kinakabahan talaga ako sa aming wifi. Serious, napapanood mo to. Sana worth it ang grades. Ay! Diyan lang, sir. Love ka na. Favorite ka namin, sir. So, please, muna kami.
What do you think, sir?
Okay. So, okay, sige. So, we are going... Ano ba pag-uusapan natin ngayon, guys?
Nag-raisehan. Grabe.
Sagot. Okay, go.
Kailangan ng participation. Ang topic natin ngayon ay how adults hinder the growth of kids.
Yeah, so suppressed voices should now be heard. So ang pinaka-point ng thesis din namin is also to provide awareness through reliable sources talaga para makapag-present kami ng data na hindi siya magiging myth sa mga ibang tao na magiging factor kung bakit nasusurpress ang voices ng youth. Yeah, so correct si Gian about sa youth voices. So, okay, para sa inyo, ano ang youth voices? In your own terms and definitions. I see. Sige, go.
Ako ba? So, for me, huwag kayo mag-alala. Iklian ko na. Ay. Voices of youth or youth voices for me is their opinion, perspective in certain situation, and how they see things based on their own understanding.
Yes, parang yung opinions nila. So, how about Juan and Casey? So, mag-unahan kayo.
Parang katulad lang naman din ni Mika.
Reveal ko na sa everyone. Beforehand ng stream namin, sabi niya pa sa amin, kung ano na lang yung sagot ni Mika, susundan ko na lang.
Freedom na magsabi ng kanilang opinion.
Yes, parang freedom of speech, no? Pero mas topic namin, freedom of speech more specifically sa teenagers. So, how about Casey?
So, para sa akin, youth voice describes young people that has a different voice in society. So, basically, sila yung nagbibigay ng creative at different perspectives sa mga issues in society.
Yes, very true. So, parang social issue siya, contemporary issue. Basta like, it is a very important topic na hindi masyadong napaglalaanan ng pansin. Lalo na ngayon, pero ngayon kasi in our generation, mas lalong nagbibigay na tayo ng awareness through that. Kasi nakapagbigay na tayo ng sarili nating opinion in ways. Pero in some sense pa rin is parang nasa-shutdown pa rin yung um, expression natin. So, in our definition, overall definition namin is voices of the youth is the opinions, different thoughts, views, dispositions, and general knowledge that is needed to be expressed by the young. So silencing the youth's voices occurs when adults strip away teenage people's power to speak, which is a factor commonly known by everyone. So this occurs immediately, such as when parents order children to remain quiet or take away their communication equipment. And it sometimes occurs indirectly, such as when kids want adult approval and elders do not approve it. So this usually happens within a toxic household. So especially sa Filipinos, sa mga feeling ko ibang country naman na-experience pa rin to na even though wala naman silang ginagawang mali, madami pa rin bawal. Parang yung super strict na parents na hindi ka na hindi na nare-reach ng teenager yung sarili nilang potential. So kaya ano yung opinion niyo, mga examples niyo pa that could be connected sa voices of the youth?
Ayun nga, actually, I agree to you. Parang nagkakaroon lagi ng fear yung mga youth to speak up for themselves dahil nga sa mga factors na nakaka-affect ng confidence nila. Dun sa, it happens within a toxic household. I believe yung growth talaga or yung attitude of every young person like us, nagsistart talaga siya with our own homes kasi dun nabibuild yung attitude natin, confidence. So, kaya kailangan sa every home, parang sobrang important talaga ng strong communication. Di ba, Juan?
Tama na si Mika.
Tama naman si Mika. So may dadagdag ka ba, Juan?
Kasi pag di ba pag nawalan ka ng confidence, parang matatakot ka na mag-try ng mga ibang bagay.
Yes, oo. So, yun nga, parang na-restrict yung potential mo. Especially nasa age tayo where we should be finding ourselves, learning our passions, yung mga, parang ina-explore natin kung ano ba talaga yung gusto natin sa buhay. Parang andun na kasi yung mindset ng mga teenagers in this age, di ba? So, ikaw, Casey,
So, basically, parang nagko-connect lang siya sa last discussion natin, sa last episode. Kasi may nakalimutan ko kung sino nag-mention, pero parang si Mika yata. Or may question na nag-pop up na sa tingin ba natin, saan nagmumula yung behaviors na yun? So, yeah, I think sa household talaga nagsisimula yun, lalo na sa adults. Dahil sabi ko nga sa last episode, kapag bata ka, impressionable ka, so kung ano yung ginagawa ng adults, gagayahin mo lang din. So, magsi-cycle lang yun.
oo, dun, parang nagiging routine siya na nanonormalize within a household. So, kasi nowadays napapansin ko na may mga parang may mga toxic household pero yung people inside it hindi nila alam. Kasi parang normal sa kanila. Napapansin niyo din ba yun? Kasi ako minsan, oo.
Sobrang parang meron nga yung sinasabi nilang Filipino traits, ganun, parang na-adopt na sa past din nila or kung as based sa environment na kinalakihan nila. Kaya di talaga, parang hindi na sila nagiging aware na toxic na pala yung dating sa atin or sa ibang youth.
Yes, oo. So, siguro pag-uusapan naman natin yung generational trauma mamaya, no? Since medyo connected din naman siya sa topic natin. So, sa mga nasa chat, sa mga viewers natin, ano ba opinion nyo sa Voices of the Youth? Mga examples, ganon, insights nyo. So, from Ruru Dais. Hi, si Elsie to. Hi, Elsie, Ruru, and Sam. Shout out sa inyo. Okay, sige. So, habang nag-iintay tayo sa opinions ng mga viewers natin, so, i-discuss ko na yung second point. Hindi naman second point, pero yung pinaka-factor na binibigyan natin ng pansin, which are adults. So, adults as a major role in repressing voices of the young have an impact on their surroundings and the self-esteem of teens. So, dito na rin yung potential nila, di ba? So, this factor may be researched utilizing honest surveys and past studies. And using this strategy, researchers are charged with creating questions that correspond with this topic in order to collect data and propose strategies to mitigate it. So, ayun, with our thesis paper kasi we used survey. Though may pros and cons siya, pero kinuha namin yung perspective of both adults and teenagers para naman maging balanced yung paper namin since we don't want any bias din naman. So, wala ka nagalagay sa chat box. So, kayo guys, ano ang opinion niyo? Oh my God, 14 viewers. Ay, buti na lang talaga dry run lang yung sa Saturday. So, kayo, may dadagdag pa kayo? Baka meron pa kayong gustong i-add.
Yun nga, based sa sinabi ni Rain, we want to see different perspective, hindi lang sa mga student or youths. Pero gusto din namin makita yung opinion ng adults. Kasi parang in that way, makikita din namin if aware ba sila na may ganitong problem or na parang naiisip pa ba nila kung yung mga treatment nila sa mga youth is okay pa ba. So, yun. Kaya sinama namin yung adult sa research paper namin and sa survey.
Yeah, that's very true. So, since pag-uusapan natin yung adults and also teenagers, let's move on. Let's move on sa significance of the study natin. So, kanino ba nakaka-affect yung topic na to? Diba? So, kunin nyo na ang floor. Ang floor!
So, for our significance of this study, yung unang point or yung unang pinoint out namin sa study is, syempre, as teenager and students like us, this study proves that silencing a teenager's voice has an effect on their growth and surroundings. This will help children regain their confidence to speak up for themselves and discover how they may change their interaction with an adult to provide a groundwork for a stronger connection. They can also broaden their perspective in order to identify and strengthen their own flaws in order to boost their self-esteem. Furthermore, teenagers would obtain effective communication and listening techniques, allowing them to not only build confidence but also overcome obstacles and achieve many possibilities. So, yun nga, the significance or the importance of our study can help teenager and students to boost up their confidence para it will serve as their guide, and we want to help them para din mas mag-speak up sila for themselves, and yun nga para ma-boost yung esteem nila para hindi maapektuhan yung dreams nila or yung mga thoughts nila na kailangan i-express.
Yes, I agree with that, Mika. So, ang ano rin is, yun nga, magkakaroon ng awareness. Diba, since sabi natin kanina na may mga teenagers talaga na hindi nila alam na nagiging toxic na rin yung household nila kasi nanonormalize na within their family. So, we hope na siguro with this research, stream, this paper, siguro magkaroon ng awareness yung mga tao, yung mga teenagers and the adults that we will tackle later. Tackle later! So, yun, aware, tsaka yung potential nga yung sinabi ni Mika na, syempre, with this topic, di ba, malalaman talaga natin kung paano tayo magkakaroon ng solution for this para ma-achieve natin yung gusto natin and set our own boundaries, di ba? Kasi may personal life din naman tayo. So, kayo, Juan and Casey.
So, mainly, yung results is makakatulong para magkaroon ng boost of knowledge at kung paano nila ma-identify ng students at teenagers yung mga issue. Yung issue, I mean.
Yes, I agree. So, ikaw, Juan.
Agree ako sa inyong lahat.
Sige, support kami sa iyo, Juan. Kaya mo yun. Sige. I mean, kasi medyo natatakil na, parang very ano na rin naman yung answer, very detailed na yung answer natin, di ba? So, sino ang gusto mag-move on? Mag-move on sa parents and guardians. So, paano ito makaka-affect sa kanila? So, Juan, what is basahin mo na to? For our parents and guardians.
The outcome of this research will indicate that it's simpler to interact with a teenager if parents and guardians take the time to listen and communicate properly. This would improve their parenting capabilities and build a closer bond with their children because youth want to express themselves and have someone listen to them. This allows parent and guardian to interact with their children while simultaneously taking care of them.
Yes. So, ayun, magkakaroon din sila ng awareness, of course. Baka kasi may-realize siguro nila na baka what they're doing to teenagers is medyo hindi na normal. And parang nare-restrict na nila yung sarili nilang children sa outside world. So, ayun. Helping parents and guardians can also solve or find the solution for this problem. So, sabi ni Papi Ian, I agree with Juan. Ikaw, Papi Ian, maglagay ka ng thoughts mo sa chat box. So, nag-agree siya kay Juan. So, nabubulol na ako. So, sa inyo, Casey and Mika.
Yun nga, I agree with you. Kasi nga, yun nga, ang main point din kasi natin dito, yun nga, is yung effective communication. It's the communication between, for example, parent and their child. Parang yung communication nila will serve as a strong foundation para ma-build up yung confidence to speak with each other para din sa better understanding nila.
Yes, so para sa akin, makakatulong to sa parents para mapadali yung pag-identify nila kung paano i-improve yung relationship nila sa mga anak nila or sa youth. So I think in a way, makakatulong din to sa paggawa nila ng solution or idea kung paano nila ititigil yung pagsusuppress sa younger people if ginagawa nila yon. Kasi ang main point ng research natin is about sa factors ng problem.
Yes, very well said. Ay, very well said. Oo, very, true naman yung sinabi nila kasi yung point talaga ng paper namin is to determine kung ano ba talaga yung problem and how we can solve it. And yun lang naman. So, so, for learning facilitators naman or teachers in general, so, ano yung ano? Wait, nadidistract ako sa chat box. Okay, sabi ni Lulu Dain, shout out. Pogi naman po nung lalaki dyan. Mukhang tatay na. Di ba yung ganun? Ano sasagot mo kay Lulu Dain?
Wala naman masasabi mo sa fans mo.
Nandito lang usapan.
So hanggang dito lang daw ang usapan. Uy, pero sabi naman ni Lulu, pogi mo daw. Wow naman. Baka magpa-deliver na yan ng McDo sa inyo, Juan. Ah, McDo. Okay, so ito. So, for learning facilitators and teachers, too frequently, school administrators have overlooked the significance of fundamental rights and freedoms. Effective communication and support for youth also lays the groundwork for teachers to genuinely listen to and respect their students. Learning facilitators will increase their teaching capabilities as a result of this study, as will their ability to handle their pupils without conduct. This will help teachers to easily relate with their students while also teaching them the use of proper communication method. So, yeah. So, yung mga teachers doon, syempre adults din sila. And parang second parent na nga rin sila, sabi rin, parang general knowledge na rin na nagiging second parent natin sila since we spend most of our time sa school na rin, di ba? So, ayun, magiging helpful din para makapag-set ng, makapag-give din sila ng insights nila, di ba, about what we can do to have proper communication with both adults and teenagers. So, sa inyo, ano yung opinion niyo?
Yun din, like what I said earlier nga sa parents or sa adults, parang same din, it's all about communication. Kasi yung lesson na pinoprovide ng ating learning facilitator and yung knowledge na binibigay nila na na-adapt natin, it's better to maintindihan and para din malaman ng teacher between students yung understanding if tama ba and if may other understanding ba sila, if may other point of view ba sila sa isang lesson. So, mas mahalagang magkaroon ng proper communication para din, yun nga, mas maintindihan lalo yung lesson. I believe may idadagdag si Juan.
Wala. Isip mo na. Parang sagot ko, agree na lang.
Uy! Hindi, ano masasabi mo na dapat na magkaroon ng proper communication yung learning facilitator at student para mas maintindihan yung lesson?
Oo, kasi mahirap kasi pag hindi naman nagkakaintindihan, hindi lang kung anong gagawin yung mga activities, kung tama ba sila o mali.
Tama naman si Juan kasi as student, hindi naman pwedeng parang receive ng knowledge ng lesson. Parang mas mahalaga din na nalalaman talaga ng learning facilitator natin if na-iintindihan talaga natin mabuti yung mga lesson. Especially if yung lesson is na-apply talaga in real life situations.
Oo, yes. So, hindi lang, dapat, di ba, hindi lang tayo take and nag-take advantage sa adults since parang magiging dependent na tayo sa kanila. So, ayun. How about you, Casey?
So, dahil nasabi na lahat ng points, I think, isa-summarize ko na lang. So, gaya ng sinabi ni Rain, yung teachers ay yung parang second parents natin. So, dahil dun, makakatulong to para malaman nila kung ano yung iba't ibang perceptions ng students.
Oo, diba? So, since malaman nila yung perspective ng mga, and opinion sa mga students, diba? Makaka-relate sila or they can be kasi mag-sympathize sila with the students para magkaroon sila ng good advice syempre sa parents and students. Kasi parang sila yung nagiging middleman in those situations. Lalo na kapag school-related yung pag-uusapan. Diba? So, for other researchers, take it away na please.
So, for other researchers, this study will contribute to the accumulation of knowledge that others may use as a resource for examining the factors that suppress the voices of the young and impact their personal growth.
Ayan, so para original ang thoughts ni Juan dito, ano ang madadagdag mo sa importance ng research natin to other researchers as well? Go Juan, kaya mo to.
Parang katulad ng kunwari, may gumamit sa research natin, parang meron na sila kagad na reference na magagamit para makatulong sa kanilang research.
Very true na yung ako doon. Hindi kasi, gumamit din kami syempre ng past research, diba, para makonduct namin to. So, magiging helpful to, yung paper namin with other ones. Pag gusto nilang mas specific yung gawin nilang topic. And syempre, madami na rin kaming na-accumulate na data which can help them continue theirs as well. So, for you guys, ano po gusto nyo i-add?
Yun nga, tama yung sinabi ni Rain. So, confident naman kami na yung mga other researcher or other students na who wants to research about this specific topic is makakakuha ng information sa research namin if they want to have stronger evidence or they want to have more information about the topic, makakakuha sila sa research namin.
So, yeah, maliban pa sa pwedeng maging background or an overview nila to, yung ideas na na-present natin sa research, pwede nilang gamitin as a reference, kagaya ng sinabi ni Juan, and sa mga bagong ideas or kaya sa research, pag-test ng validity ng iba nilang related findings.
Yes. So, ayun, validity. Very important din siya paggawa ng paper. Kasi, tsaka ayun, validity. Siyempre, kailangan mo talaga ng reliable source, di ba? If magkukonduct ka ng important research about an important topic. So, ang sabi ni Gian, shout out sa inyo, very active talaga siya. Nandito na siya since day one. Pag yumaman kami, Gian, kasama ka sa, bibigyan namin ng house and lot. House and lot? Okay, so ang sabi ni Gian, and if children can't receive proper communication at home, then they'll have to find it somewhere else, like at school. That's why it's also important for learning facilitators to have a proper communication with them. Oo, yeah, that's very true. Diba? Yun nga, parang nagiging second parent na rin natin sila. So, kailangan makabuluhan din naman yung sasabihin nila sa atin para magkaroon pa tayo ng mas magandang foundation sa future communication natin with adults. Diba? So, may dadagdag pa ba kayo? Okay, so feeling ko wala na kayong dadagdag. So, mag-move on tayo sa saan nyo muna gusto? Sa review of related literature and studies. So, sa aming RRLS. So, ay, grabe. Very, actually, nag-enjoy ako gumawa ng part na to sa thesis since madami kang matututunan kasi hindi mo lang siya pwede i-copy-paste, syempre, that's plagiarism. So, kailangan mo talaga intindihin yung ilalagay mo sa paper, no? Kaya, mas siguro, one of the reasons talaga yun why mas nagkaroon ako ng in-depth knowledge about voices of the youth. Diba? So, mag-start na lang tayo sa first paragraph. Ito actually bumuo ng thesis namin. Duma yung pages ng paper namin dahil dito. So, the suppressed voices of the young that impede their development are being driven by adults who believe their perspective is correct, resulting in toxic relationships and trauma. So, dito po pasok yung generational trauma natin, di ba, na mahirap nang i-break, especially habang tumatanda tayo, parang naaano na natin yung trauma na yun. Medyo napapass down na sa atin. Tapos ma-realize na lang natin na parang nagagawa ko na rin yung mga ayaw kong gawin. So, ayun, teens and adults take on this status in a research through survey. The voices of teens are excluded in a way that they don't get credited for their ideas, but instead, it's a credit for the adults. So, according to Birmingham City University that quoted Greta Thunberg, there is an unspoken animosity between adults and youngsters. Greta's words, as well as the acts of young people striking for the climate emergency, challenge our perceptions of who we are, flipping everything upside down. Nonetheless, parents and teenagers are permitting the strike, letting children participate in the democratic process. So, pag-usapan natin yan how teenagers are very important sa society, democracy, and etc. So, ayun. So, what are your thoughts on this? So, may gusto ba kayong i-add? Grabe. Feeling ko, ito Casey, yan. Kasi medyo lagi kong nahuhuli. Ikaw na mauna. Para meron ka namang hindi lang nagsa-summarize.
So, para sa akin, super important ng youth voice sa democracy. Kasi sila yung, or tayo yung next generation, and tayo makaka-prevent tayo ng social problems like bullying and low self-esteem. Kasi wala tayong previous experiences with them. So, mas more likely tayong mag-speak out sa injustices that can happen.
Yes, oo. Since future generations tayo, kailangan natin magkaroon ng idea na agad, di ba? Sa democratic process ng country natin to vote for the right people. So, sa inyo, Juan and Mika, si Juan na ba ang least but not the last? Ay, last but not the least wala. Sorry, nadilis na ako sa mukha ni Juan. Joke. Sige, go, mag-unahan na tayo.
Princess sasabihin ka ba, Juan?
Wala.
Actually, ako din wala na. I'll just continue na lang yung paragraph na sinimulan ni Rain. So, according to our research, researchers do not delve in specific about the factors that suppresses the voice of the teens, which motivates our study to have a goal, and that is to identify the variables that repress or mute today's modern teenagers. These study respondents include all students, guardians, or parents and teachers. This study aims to look at how adults repress adolescents' voices as well as other aspects. This study would look at certain subtopics linked to the subject that are still significant and comprehensible. Recent study will be explored as a resource and reference to determine how adults stifle the voice of teenagers. So, based on what I read, yung aims and goals of our study can really help everyone to understand this specific issue. Not only student but also guardians, parents, and teachers will be knowledgeable about this topic. So we also have some studies, yun nga yung some literature na related to our topic na mas makakadagdag ng information about our study para din magkaroon tayong lahat ng like backup or mas more information for better understanding.
Yes. Agree naman siguro tayong lahat din dito, diba? And wala na akong madadagdag kasi andun na talaga din lahat ng pwedeng ma-voice out na opinion. So kayo, Juan and Casey.
I think wala na din akong madadagdag. So, move na lang tayo sa factors.
Okay, sige. Gusto nyo din na lang tayo sa mag-start na lang muna tayo since episode 2 pa lang naman. Akala ko naman itutuloy kapag wala nang live vlogs. Joke lang, sir. If you're watching this, pag yumaman kami dito, itutuloy namin ito.
Sir, kukuha po kami ng silver and gold play bottle para kay Juan.
Totoo. Diba? Gusto yung Apex students. Okay, sige. So, ayun, pinag-uusapan natin yung kanina democracy, democracy society, and etc. Yung mga na-affect ng silencing of the youth. So, today, pag-usapan na lang muna natin. Suppressing the voices of the youth has a damaging effect on major divisions of our system. So, gusto niyo ba mag-start, Juan? Suppressing the youth has a damaging effect on the major divisions of our system.
The excitement and involvement of the young people maintains democracy in our nation. In opposition to political voting or democratic process, the government has consistently neglected and alienated young people. The young offers various proposals and thoughts to those in authority. According to IDEA.int, in their webinar report, December 2020, one of the quoted statement is that the speakers discuss how important it is for young people to be given the chance to participate in and effect change, particularly in democratic processes like elections. The youth of the Philippines are experiencing many of the problems and injustices occurring in the nation, particularly during the pandemic, and they want to contribute to resolving these dilemmas. The The participants further highlighted that the government should start engaging civil society in order to come up with better policies that will be advanced for our citizens. The young discussants also offered a number of proposals in which they can protect as well as uphold democratic principles by disregarding the voice of our youth. We are also neglecting the fact that they support and provide change in the democratic system, which is a major flaw in our existing system.
So, ano yung, ano mo, parang key takeaway mo sa binasa mo?
Nakakatulong ang mga bata sa sa ating mga elections, ganun, parang nakapagbigay din sila ng kanilang mga ideas.
Yun nga, so parang sinabi ni Juan. Important din naman ang opinions ng youth sa sa democracy, like sa election nga, di ba? Since parang very fresh para sa, kahit very fresh pa lang yung mga information sa atin, madami pa rin naman tayong magagawa sa system natin. Lalo na yung parang nangyari last election, di ba? Most is nagvo-voice out na rin ng mga opinions nila and nakakapag-convince na sila ng people by posting the credential of their candidate, di ba? So, sa inyo?
Naman ako agree ako kay Rain kasi yun nga, like, yung recent election, parang with the use of social media, mas nabibigyan ng chance yung youth para to speak up kung ano yung opinions nila, kung ano yung mga gusto nilang candidate. But yun nga, minsan hindi rin napapansin kasi nga syempre important pa rin yung talagang adults or yung in the right age na magvo-vote. But sobrang yung recent election parang sobrang nakapagpalawak din ng isipan ng mga youth kasi nga sa social media mas na-express nila yung sarili nila, mas nabibigyan sila ng chance para para sabihin kung ano yung mga para sa kanila na makakatulong din actually. Sobrang maraming information na pinaprovide yung youth. So, nakakatulong din siya para sa awareness ng nating lahat.
Diba? So, yun, by posting yung mga credential ng candidates din, yun, nakakagawa rin ng awareness around adults, diba? Na sila talaga yung kasi nakapag-vote sa electoral process natin. So, how about Casey? May dadagdag pa ba?
Wala na akong idadagdag kasi parang pinoint out na lahat ni Mika.
Okay. True naman. So, mag-shoutout tayo sa chat box. Habang, bago tayo mag-move on sa next, diba? Next point. So, sabi ni Hazel Luna, go Ate Mika. Wala, loyal din siya. Ever since, dry run natin.
Loyal yan kahit injured yan. Hi, Hazel.
Talaga will soon po. So, sino pa ang gusto magpa-shoutout? Sana bukas na tayo. 8 viewers na lang. Nawala na ang ating loyal viewer na si Gian. I think, napagod na rin. Napagod. Nanilisla ako sa sarili ko. Okay, so, Andito pa ba si Ruru Dais?
Baka may mga question yung mga natitirang viewers para maging active naman yung chat box. Kasi mag-acknowledge naman kami ng different question niya about sa topic. Basta as long as related siya sa chat, as long as related siya sa topic, hindi yung jojowain o tatropahin na. para magkaroon tayo ng interaction. So, may mga question ba kayo sa mga nanonood dyan about our topic or about yung related sa topic namin?
Oo. Feel free to ask lang. Facebook ko? Ay, joke lang. So, wala ba kayong tanong dyan? Mga may hirap sa tanong, mga hot takes, just like we did last time, diba?
Single si Juan, huwag kayong mag-alala. Huwag niyo na itanong.
I-Gmail nyo lang kami, guys. Ibibigay namin yung number niya. Kasama pa IG at FB.
Magtanong na kayo.
Ikaw, Juan, ano sasabihin mo sa fans mo?
Kinikilig siya.
So, na-speechless si Juan sa inyo, guys. Ano na siyang masabi? Okay, so gusto niyo naman mag-move on or mag-chikahan na lang muna tayo? Ito si Juan, puro break.
Break. Ikaw, Juan, may tatanong ka pa sa amin about our topic. Tanong ka na lang, sasagutin namin.
Ano ba yung tanong? Sinasagot na.
Number ko? Joke lang.
Kung may chance ka ba kay Rain? Hoy!
Oo, kahit anong tanong mo gusto yung tanongin, i-ask mo lang. Feel free. Ay, so sabi ni Caitlyn, Barayuga, ganda naman ni Micaela Ranches. Hoy, si Mika lang yan.
Hoy! Alam niyo, magtanong kayo.
True, sa mga viewers natin dyan, magtanong naman kayo. Para naman mga mag-move on tayo sa next topic natin siguro. Bye. Pag may tanong na. Sige, ang magtatanong, bibigyan ko ng Gcash.
Rain, magtanong na ba ako?
Nagtanong sa sariling grupo, no?
Magtanong na kayo. Malay niyo, bigyan kayo ni Rain ng 1K.
Hoy! Piso lang. Wishing well. So, wala talagang tanong. Pati ang loyal viewer natin na si Gian, wala rin siya. Uy, alam ko naman, very informative kami. Eto. One, may tanong si Papi Ian for you. Pero parang sinagot niya na kasi ito kanina parang hindi nakikinig si Papi Ian. Ay! Ito, so Juan, what is youth voices in your own words? Siguro, ilagyan mo na lang ng mas in-depth meaning.
Hindi. Wala ko sa isip ko.
Uy, fan mo yan.
Bounce na kaya ako.
Parang mas bakit na rin yung grades mo.
Freedom na parang magsabi ka ng inyong opinion.
Yeah. Opinion, thoughts ng isang teenager. So, Papi Ian, makinig ka naman. Ay, joke lang. So, I think wala nang tanong. Going once, going twice. So far, ano ang ano nyo? Sa, sa live viewers natin, kamusta na kayo? Feeling ko natutulog na kayo right now. Type 1, if gising pa kayo. Parang gusto ko na mag-start kasi gusto magsayang naman ng oras daw. Magtanong pa daw, kaya para masayang ang oras. So, feeling ko ituloy na natin. Ito na lang. Para sa inyo, so far, ano yung thoughts niya sa ano natin? Sa parang paper natin, gano'n. Ay, hindi, wait lang. Okay, ito si Gian. Ay, naku, love ka talaga namin. How do you think you can persuade or help other parents or children to be acknowledge and do something about this issue while knowing that some will have different reactions due to their cultures or the way they are raised? So ako personally, not really naman to persuade anyone. Pero we're here to inform the public. Inform the public. Yan, we're here to create awareness lang between those people. So sila na yung bahala if i-apply ba nila with their personal lives kasi. Pero, sige, to answer your question na lang talaga. You can persuade naman these people. Ay, ayan. So, ayan, ma-persuade naman siguro namin sila with this, to acknowledge this information, this issue. Kahit different yung cultures nila or the way they are raised by our parang statistics, di ba? Tsaka, I think i-iral talaga kasi yung sympathy if ever para mas ma-acknowledge ng adults, parents, and children. Parang hindi naman sa amin, di ba, ang decision if ipipilit ba namin to sa kanila. Parang, yun lang naman for me. Sana nag-gets nyo yun. So, sa inyo, Mika, Juan, and Casey.
Ayan, para sa akin, tama nga si Rain, it's all about awareness. So, yung una nun, di ba, yung platform na to, yung YouTube, yung social media, itong live streaming, this tool, we use it as way of to aware nga everyone about this certain topic. So, I think with with this tool na ginagamit namin, makakatulong kami kasi hindi na ang gusto naming malaman ng lahat is yung social media is hindi lang for fun, ganun, for entertainment. Gusto din namin, it's all about education din. So, this tool can help to acknowledge to acknowledge about this issue. So, if yun nga sa title nga namin, suppressed voices should now be heard. So, we are the voices. Kami yung kami yung magsiserve, parang yung starting point na para malaman ng youth na hindi sila nag-iisa with this problem or with this issue. Gusto namin malaman nila na andito kami. Andito kami na para maging guide and maging guide para mas nagkaroon sila ng confidence na like para malagpasan tong issue na to and para magkaroon sila ng mga learnings kung paano nila ma-handle yung different situation connecting to this topic. Yan.
Very true and detailed talaga yung answer ni Mika. So, sagutan na talaga lahat ng kaya niyong malaman. So, Juan, what can you say about this? Hinihingi ni Gian ang opinion mo.
Hindi ako sa na parang mag-raise ng awareness na ipopost sa Facebook, live stream, gano'n. Tapos maganda lang din parang maglagay ng evidence na gumagana to para mas lalong
So how about Casey?
Yeah, so I think uh kung in terms of persuading, I feel like lahat ng tao may hirapan ma-accept yung mga bagay kapag hindi na nila gusto yung idea. So, I think tama nga yung sinabi ni Micaela na the best way possible is to spread awareness na lang, kagaya sa social media. Kasi baka kapag ganun, mas matake nila lightly yung idea at ayun, mas maintindihan nila.
So, siguro overall key takeaway namin sa question is by awareness siguro with yun nga, data surveys and etc. Using this platform can help persuade parents or children to acknowledge this issue. Diba kahit magkakaiba ng culture or how they are used. So, ready na ba kayo pumunta sa topic natin? Kabilang subpoint. Sa next subpoint natin. So, sino gusto magbasa ng next subpoint natin? So, nagpaparamdam ang aming math teacher. Okay, so, sige ako na magbasa nito. So, the government put out the First Amendment rights, which protected the freedom of speech of individuals, but not for the students or the youth in education, because none of them can sue the people who violate the First Amendment, especially in public schools. In a report on the silencing of students by David L. Hudson in October 2016, it has been quoted that public schools are an important part of society since they educate the nation's children. The basic function of schools is to educate young minds. So, Federal Appeals Court Judge Gilbert S. Merritt stated in a recent student speech case that learning is more crucial in the classroom than free expression. However, too frequently, school administrators who are concerned about safety have neglected to recognize the relevance of fundamental liberties, particularly the First Amendment, restricting students' creativity by imposing language restrictions, strict dress codes, and restrictions on personal websites, particularly in public schools, which creates a barrier between students, teachers, and students themselves in their ability to freely communicate with one another and demonstrate innovation that can help provide change in the educational system and set high standards for people. So, kaya one of the peoples talaga na inaano namin, main point namin is teachers. Since eto nga, nakaka-harm din sila ng potential ng students. Like, medyo simple lang yung mga restrictions, pero it can really have a big impact sa minds ng mga students, di ba? Like, yun nga, like how they can communicate with each other and also parang na-reduce yung potential nila to explore who they want to be friends with, what they want in their own preferences, parang yung mga susuotin nila, mga um, language na kailangan nilang gamitin. And ayun, sa inyo, ano ang thoughts niyo?
Ako wala na. So, baka sila Casey meron.
For me, para sa akin, naka-compress naman na yung ideas nung sinasabi dun sa sa research. So, wala na din ako madadagdag.
Hala, feeling ko si Juan may dadagdag. May dadagdag ka ba, Juan?
Dagdag.
Okay, so from AZ Luna, ito, a question. How would you describe youth nowadays? So, sino gusto mo na sumagot? Juan, gusto mo ikaw na sumagot? I'm giving the floor to you. How would you describe youth nowadays?
Kayo muna. Wala akong maisip eh.
So I think youth nowadays is more vocal on what they want and what they need, lalo na in terms of societal issues. Parang yun nga, itong topic natin. Mas nag-speak out na sila about our democracy, yung opinions nila with what they want, kung sino ang gusto nilang mamuno sa country natin with their own parang research na din, no? Since medyo technical na talaga ang mga youth nowadays. Ayun, mas nagiging vocal na sila and I think mas tumataas na yung confidence nila within themselves. Kasi nakakagawa na tayo ng community around us na very freeing yung feeling. Parang, for example, yung mga catcalling, nakakapag-set na tayo ng expression doon, ng sariling insights about that issue. Parang body shaming din. Parang nakagawa na rin tayo ng safe community by just, diba, expressing our own thoughts. So, ayun. That's how I would describe our youth nowadays. Na kapag, na sila, may freedom na talaga to voice out their own points. Ay, sige, Juan, go. Habog, may sagot. Go, Juan.
They are more knowledgeable because they have more materials to study that older generations have already studied and make it more basta mas madali na.
Okay, how about so sabi ni Papi Ian, people change nga naman. Sige, sabi mo eh. Okay, so, kayo, Casey and Mika. So, unahan na lang kayo.
Sige, Casey, una ka na.
So, para sa akin, same lang din naman kay Rain. So, mas knowledgeable nga din sila, kagaya din ni sinabi ni Juan. Mas madami na tayong resources na pwede mo lang i-search kahit sa Google lang. At tulad nga, as a student ngayon, nagsispread na tayo ng awareness about the issue. So, masasabi kong mas creative nga ang mga youth sa pagbibigay ng different perspectives sa mga issues tulad ng ganito.
Yun, actually, connected sa sinabi ni Rain tsaka ni Casey, parang isa-summarize ko na lang din na very, very vocal, creative, expressive ng youth in today's generation. Kasi kitang-kita na naman natin sa social media pa lang on how they express themselves in terms of different in different tawag dito, like in different ways. Kunyari they do what they want talaga. Parang lahat ng gusto nilang gawin, sabihin, mas na-express nila. So, sobrang bilib ako sa confidence ng youth nowadays on how they express themselves. Parang wala silang hiya. And kung paano din natin i-build up yung confidence ng isa't isa, gaya nga ng sinabi ni Rain, sa mga catcalling, sa mga body shaming, parang if nakikita natin sa social media, specifically sa Twitter, ganon, parang mas nalalaman natin or na mas nagiging aware tayo na we're all in this together as youth. Yun.
Agree ako. Super meaningful talaga ng we're all in this together, di ba? Kasi, ayun nga, nakagawa na rin tayo ng safe community within ourselves na rin. So, ano ba yan? So, from Lulu Dais, what can you say that I like someone? Hala, hindi pa kami therapy session. Ay! Agree ako kay Gian. Tama ka na, Lulu. Hindi po kami love advisors dito. Sa next school year na po yan, gagawa namin ng paper for you. Okay. So, kayo wala na ba kayong idadagdag? Ganun?
Para sa akin, wala naman na.
Okay. So, ayan, hello. Okay, last sub-point na natin. So, sino ang gustong mag-read? So, ikaw, Casey, gusto mo i-read ang last point natin. For suppressing the youth has a damaging effect on major divisions of our system. So far, ang natatackle pa lang natin is democracy and also education. So let's move on naman I think it's about society naman. Take the floor.
So the young think that there may still be change in the world today, despite underlying concerns like racism, women's rights, corruption, and so on that are being brought to light by the new generations during rallies and on social media. Threats such as cyber libel charges, gaslighting, and manipulation can be used to silence the young on social media. Protests, on the other hand, have become increasingly violent in quotations. Alia Farzan's comment in the Daily Star article, in quote, is frequently done by the use of severe force and escalated violent behavior of rubber bullets and tear gas from the United States reaching us via social media only serve to highlight the stark truth of how the world's reaction to Voices of the Future is all over the world. Youngsters have played an important role in civil rights and safety campaigns throughout history, as seen by our own language movement and liberation war, as well as Tiananmen Square and the civil rights movements. When young demonstrators gathered to fight for their rights, the new generation of adolescents affect the change of participating in healthy protests. Silent fights and bringing to the forefront an issue that adults overlook. Without these voices, issues that arise in our society would be unaddressed, and people would turn a blind eye to them.
Yeah, so from what I gathered, so ayun, throughout history na rin, di ba, merong impact ang youth with their voices. Parang nga sa sinabi ni Casey, parang nagkaroon na rin sila ng voices, galing pa lang sa movement and liberation war, the civil rights movement, and etc. And I think sa present times, mahahalin tulad natin to sa Black Lives Movement. Very, important role in our history din. Since one of the reasons why mas lalong nakapag-speak up ang youth and mas nagkaroon sila ng confidence para mag-speak about their own points and views about sa topic. So I think, ayun, parang sabi nga sa last sentence, without the youth voices, issues that arise in our society would be unaddressed. So, Juan and Mika, take it away. Take it away.
Yun nga, yung sa quoted na voices of the future, parang very, ano siya, parang ano talaga siya na, um, youth voices is very important talaga in today's generation. Gaya nga nung sinagot nating tanong kanina, kasi nga, we describe youth as creative nowadays. So, I believe yung mga information na napaprovide ng youth or yung kanilang opinion about the world, ganon, about our society is very important din talaga para magkaroon ng basis yung hindi lang sila magkaroon ng basis sa adults, sa mga nakapagtapos na ganun, sa mga politician, but also magkakaroon din sila ng basis of information and perspective sa youth.
Yan, very detailed pa rin talaga, no? So, andun na rin siguro most ng gusto naming i-point out with this topic sa sub-point na to na about our society. So, one, ikaw talaga ang pinakaintay ng viewers. So, take it away.
Masabi.
So, guys, wala na daw siyang masabi. Okay, so sa mga nasa chat box, anong opinion nyo naman with how our voice affects the society? So, ano ba mga opinions nyo about this? Grabe, ang loyal talaga ng 8 viewers natin. May buhay pa ba tayo? So, sa inyo, mayroon pa ba kayong parang gustong i-add na connected pa rin naman sa topic natin?
Actually, wala na. Parang, ang dami kasi nating information na na-provide sa research paper. So, yun. Parang gusto ko nilang malaman if may natutunan ba yung mga nanonood. Or tinulugan lang nila.
Oo nga, may natutunan ba kayo? Okay, so to end our stream na rin. So, habang siguro, baka nagtatype lang sila ng opinion nila, di ba? So, while they are doing that, anong key takeaway natin for today? So, sino gusto mag-start?
I believe si Juan plus goodbye message.
Okay, agree.
Sige na, Juan. Unahan mo na.
Important yung good communication sa lahat. Okay na tayo.
Okay, asan ang goodbye message mo sa mga fans mo?
Mag-thank you sa mga fans mo.
Kaya nga, Juan, ikaw ata nagdala ng stream natin for today.
Alam mo bang ikaw inaabangan lagi? Favorite, ikaw nga bias
Oo,
nila.
ikaw bias nila. Okay, so ayusin mo yung goodbye mo.
Good communication tayo. Oops.
Mag-goodbye message ka lang.
Goodbye mga fans.
Okay. So ako para sa akin, bibilisan ko na lang kasi excited na si Juan na mag-end. So ang key takeaway ko for today is, silencing youth voices have a very big impact with our democracy, society, and education. And I know malami pa siyang nai-impact that we haven't covered for today. Pero ayun pa lang so far ang mga points talaga na discuss natin for episode 2. So, handa na ba kayo sa episode 3? Kasi kami, hindi na. Joke. Joke lang, sir. Handang-handa kami for episode 50 pa. Ay, pinirapan ng sarili. Ang Okay, so how about kay Casey? Ayan, save na natin si Mika for the best. Ay, ang cute ng dog. Kamukha ko.
So, maliban sa importance of proper communication, kagaya ng sinabi ni Juan, ang key takeaway ko is never neglect youth voice kasi kami yung next generation at meron din kaming creativity and different perspective, even politically.
I agree sa mga key takeaways nila. Actually, na-adapt ko din lahat ng key takeaways nila. Siguro ako, sa napag-usapan nating topics, mas napalawak lang talaga yung understanding ko, yung ang tawag dito, yung awareness ko na talagang youth is very creative and vocal. Parang mas napatunayan ng research natin. Wow! Mas napatunayan ng mga information na na-provide natin na talagang very important ng voices of youth and very helpful in today's society.
Yes, I agree with that. Ay, grabe. So, I want to congratulate our Wi-Fi. Dahil kinaya niya hanggang sa end ng aming stream. Naiyak ako actually. Ay! So, ayun. So, kahit kami gumawa ng paper na to, we are still learning day by day, diba? Ng mga much in-depth opinion with our topic, especially since with this stream, nakapagbigay ng opinions yung mga viewers natin. Lalo na, okay, shoutout ko ulit si Gian. Kasi thankful talaga ako. Napaka opinionated ng tao. Opinionated. So, malay nyo siya ang next guest natin. If magkikita pa tayo. So, ayun, may gusto pa ba kayong sabihin? Goodbye, ganon.
Ako wala naman, ano lang, goodbye sa mga nanood and sobrang thank you sa mga nagstay and sa mga nagbigay ng opinion nila yung mga nakipag-interact sa amin through chat box, yung mga nagtanong. Sobrang thank you. Sana hindi namin na-waste yung time nyo and sana natuto kayo. Thank you. And abangan nyo si Juan ulit.
Oo, abangan niyo ulit siya. May sasabihin ka ba ulit sa mga fans mo, Juan?
Juan, mag-goodbye and thank you ka na sa fans mo.
Sa mga fans ko dyan, stay loyal lang.
Stay loyal.
Anong goodbye message mo naman, Casey?
Thank you na lang din sa mga viewers. I think yung dalawa kong friends na nanood din. So, kahit hindi sila nag-chat, thank you. Yun lang.
Thank you talaga sa mga nanood. And magsisend ako ng link sa chat box. So, huwag kayong aalis and pasagutan to. Kasi streaming evaluation namin siya. And pwede nyo naman i-copy muna yung link, isagutan nyo na lang after this. So, ayun, thank you guys. And especially sa mga ka-members ko. Kahit 6 tayo sa grupo, kinaya natin maging 4 na lang. So, ayun, thank you guys. So, for our viewers, thank you rin for being here. Being here. Ayun, sa mga nagstay talaga all throughout this. So, ayun, bye everyone! Bye! Thank you and see you sa next episode.